This is my Xtreme Onechunk Ironman, a game mode in which you complete each and every goal in 64 by 64 squares called chunks before you randomly unlock a new one. Completing every goal means everything you can do. Skilling challenges, boss drops, collection log slots, you name it. After recently completing the 650 hour Wintertha chunk, we rolled the Kourend volcano. The worst possible chunk roll and currently the hardest chunk in RuneScape with the current gear on the account. The main goals are every obsidian drop, onyx jewelry, the jet and Zak pet, and as many common achievements as I can do. I completed the Inferno on an Xtreme Onechunk Ironman. If you don't know why that's such a ridiculous challenge, let me show you. This is what a typical Inferno setup looks like. A twisted bow or a bova, high-end armor and all the usual upgrades. And this is what I had to work with. And with this setup, the Inferno becomes a completely different challenge. I have no reliable way to heal throughout the run. I do not have ancient magics or chinchompas to deal with the nibblers. My damage is incredibly low because I'm relying on mithril balls for most of the run. I have no proper tank gear, I don't have powerful prayers like Rigor, and every potion I bring takes a huge amount of time to gather, so every dose matters. Everything you're seeing here is the best gear I could obtain within the 82 chunks available to my account. There are no hidden upgrades waiting for me, this is all I have to eventually complete the Inferno and earn the Zak pet. And those restrictions completely change how the Inferno has to be played. Because my DPS is so low, monsters stay alive much longer. Longer waves mean more opportunities to make mistakes, more awkward solves and more chances for everything to spiral out of control. Keeping the pillars alive is also much harder for me because my only way to kill nibblers consistently is with rune throw nexus, which are unreliable at best, so I constantly have to choose between protecting the pillars and dealing with everything else happening in the wave. And finally there's healing. I can only afford so many mistakes before I run out of food. Once I do take damage, I can't just drink another brew and move on. Instead, I often have to hide behind a pillar and slowly regenerate my health with just a regen bracelet. It is painfully slow, but it is the only sustainable healing option I have. So with all of this in mind, I had to come up with an entirely different strategy for both the waves and the Zak fight. So let's get into the attempts. With my gear, I obviously could not approach the waves like a normal Inferno run. My biggest priority was keeping the pillars alive, so almost every wave started the same way. I started in the middle of the room and focused the nibblers first. Normally that would be way too dangerous, but the early waves don't hit very hard and the pressure builds up slowly, enough that I can get away with it. And saving the pillars early on pays off much later in the run. As I've done over hundreds of wave attempts, also on the Kourend account, I've also learned that not all pillars are equally as important. The north pillar is by far the most valuable pillar, because it's where all the late wave solves happen. And as long as that pillar stays healthy, I still have options. That meant most of the attention went into protecting the south and west pillars early, so they wouldn't collapse before the difficult waves even began. Another technique that became essential was wave scouting. If you log out on tick 15 as a new wave spawns, you can log back in and briefly see where every monster has spawned before committing to a plan. And that lets me decide how I'm going to solve the wave. Not only that, it also has another big advantage. If I log out and back in, I can change the direction the nibblers choose to run, which often lets me funnel them towards the south pillar instead of splitting them across multiple pillars. And with rune throw nexus being my only reliable way to clear them, every little advantage is going to help. Especially on the waves with 6 nibblers because I take massive damage if I'm not careful. Rune throw nexus are really inconsistent, but one thing that stays consistent for me no matter how busy life gets is starting my day with AG1, the sponsor of today's video. One habit that made it easy for me to stay on top of my health is having AG1 first thing in the morning. It's a daily drink that combines 75 high quality vitamins, minerals, probiotics and whole food source ingredients into one simple scoop. It's incredibly easy to make, just add 1 scoop to cold water, give it a quick mix and you're good to go. It takes about 30 seconds. I also add the included vitamin D3 and K2 drops, and that's my morning routine sorted. With summer here, life can get a little hectic, whether you're traveling, on vacation or just away from your usual routine. It can be harder to stay consistent, and that's where the AG1 travel packs come in. They're really convenient to throw into your bag so you can keep your routine going wherever you go. There's a great deal going on right now. You can click my link in the description to get a free AG1 travel pouch with 7 free AG1 travel packs in your welcome kit on your first subscription, while supplies last for a limited time. Go check it out, and now back to chunking. After a couple of waves attempts, I managed to get to wave 63, and this is what happened. Ah. That's over. It's over. I thrown expect twice and I still couldn't kill like one of them. As you can see, I was heavily relying on the RNG on the nibblers and I just could not hit them, which sometimes happens. I take a bunch of pillar health and the run is just over like that. I'm at this point 10 hours into the attempt and I lose it completely out of my control. In this instance, I solved the wave perfectly. I prey flicked the NPCs. I technically did everything right. I just couldn't hit. And that's why the Inferno is so frustrating with this setup. The rune throne axes just suck. But of course, I didn't give up and we went straight back in to do another attempt. Before we continue grinding, consider subscribing to the channel. My goal is to reach 1000 new subscribers from this video. You can help me reach this goal by simply subscribing to the channel, so thank you. After another attempt, I finally made it through the waves. I killed Jet, triple Jets, and I was entering the hardest part of the Inferno for the first time on this account. This is what my inventory looks like. Should be enough to complete it. And the biggest thing I need to remember is prayer flicking all of the mage and range sets. If I can't do this correctly, I will instantly fail and take massive damage. We're going to use MSB and Amethyst arrows on the healers, which should be interesting. And I expect between 5 and 6 sets. So let's do this. No. No. Why did I do that? Why did I do that? The first Zak attempt proved something important. I knew the setup was capable of getting there. The run itself was solid, but once I reached the final sets, the nerfs started to creep in. I lost focus, missed a few prey flicks between the ranger and the major, and then made one final mistake by stepping out a little too early, tanking a Zak hit that ended the run. At the Inferno, one mistake is all it takes. Everything has to come together perfectly, and this time it just wasn't enough. So I went back to the drawing board. I made a few adjustments for the next attempt. I brought an extra brew to give myself a little bit more room for error. And I spent a lot of time practicing my prey flicks and mentally rehearsing every stage of the Zak fight. The goal wasn't to play differently because I know I can do it, it was just to make sure that when I get another chance I wouldn't make the same mistake twice. So after grinding waves for over 10 hours, we made it back to Zak, and it is time for round 2. Yes! Come on!
New collection.
Come on! Yes! 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 Oh. 10 hours, 38 minutes. It actually did show the time. Yes! Oh, that was such a shit zuck, man. That was such a shit zuck. Oh. Oh, yes. Yes. We did get the 2 common achievements as well. Oh, look at that. Yes. Yes, I'm so happy. I'm so happy that's done. I'm so happy that's done. That's 1 cape. Yes. Oh, okay. So, let's check the common achievements. Zuck. We have 3 common achievements now. The major. No twisted bow and not using mage spells. Unfortunately, we didn't get... where is it? This one. Because I got hit by a triple jet. This was actually a very messy run, I'm not gonna lie. This was a very messy run. But we still made it work. So, we have a little bit of supplies left. Oh, yes. I'm so relieved, man. The first cape is in the pocket. The first cape is in the pocket. Yes. Oh, look at this absolute machine. What a throwback to the Kourend account. The only thing missing is steel boots, basically. Oh, I can actually use the cape, man. This account, you know, this is only the beginning. I can actually use this cape for everything in the future. That is awesome, man. Such a sick looking cape. We have many more to go for the pet, but this is a good start. I'm sure I'm going to build a lot more confidence over the next months doing this. So we're gonna get even better from here. Hopefully you enjoyed this adventure. Let's try and get 5k likes for this achievement. I think you guys can do it. The first Inferno cape on a chunk account. And here's the last painting I've been working on. I'll see you all soon with another video. Have a great day, everyone.